We live?
Yes, we're live, DJ.
Great. All right. Let me sharing this document. We can share this on the screen.
Yeah, I got the screen up in Discord too.
All right.
Hi, everyone.
Hey, Henry.
Hello, hello.
Hey, guys. He's real. Look right there.
That's our AI avatar.
Look, he has fingers. Here, show them. Because the
He
AI
had 10 fingers. Yeah, we're all real. I forgot to put an extra pinky on.
Because he's fake, guys.
I forgot to put an extra pinky on.
Here, adding you guys to the document right now. There's a lot to cover today, guys. We have some great updates. That's why we have Henry with us. We're going to talk about a huge problem in the market, some solutions that exist out there, and how our new solution is better, as well as go over some updates from just the last year, like performance and growth. It's going to be a jam-packed AMA. Very excited. So share that with you guys, and then I will share my screen.
Yeah, all right. I'll kick it off here with just a few updates real quick, more near-term stuff that has happened, what people can expect upcoming while you're loading all that up. And then we'll go over a few questions that have popped up at the end. So for everybody joining, this is the State of the Arc for October 24th. As TJ mentioned, it's pretty jam-packed, so we'll just get right to it so we don't take up everybody's day. Try to get you out of here real quick with all the information you need. So as most people have probably seen, a couple big launches so far out of ARC recently. We've launched the Reactor mobile app, as well as the Chrome extension. So if you haven't downloaded those, there's links to those in the Discord, in the frequently asked questions, an important link section. And I believe you can get to them on the link tree as well. If not, we'll get those direct links added on there. So yeah, you can find them there. Official links are on our handle. Please only follow our official links. Yeah, Rob was pretty good about updating all these things for us.
Yeah.
And then a few things. The product hunt is live. For those in the TaskOn community, there isn't a task for that. There's also a task for the Chrome extension and the mobile app as well. So you can earn your points within our community that way. If you guys would like to redeem those for some pretty good prizes, giveaways, raffles, those things. But if you haven't yet, please go visit our product hunt page. That link I've also dropped in Discord, and I'll drop it again everywhere after this call as well, as a refresher. But there's a task on task for it, so you can find it that way as well through the community page, community.arc.ai. And please go there, vote. Give us a vote on there. That'd be great. So it's already getting quite a bit of traction so far, just in the last day. So from what I looked this morning, so that's pretty good. A couple things coming up. The protocol facelift in a couple weeks. You guys should be seeing that. A couple weeks. From 24th. Yeah, sometime in November for that. So expect that coming as well. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that. And then also voice mode update for web is coming as well. I believe next week or 2 weeks. So you can expect that to get added as well. From the marketing front, not too much to share. I've been talking with Matt Bay. I know you guys are always curious when marketing. Probably, I haven't checked, but there's probably at least 17 questions about when marketing in the AMA questions section. So get with Matt Bay. Still working with a lot of partners, onboarding them, getting them set up and everything, progressing discussions even further along, and now working on a couple other large players to get some partnerships going with them as well. So I'll get with him, and I think we're just going to have another one of the more marketing focused AMAs for that. Don't want to cram too much into a single state of the art call here. So this one, as TJ mentioned, a lot of product updates and everything. So and then the last point from me before I hand it over to TJ. Nothing crazy, but all of our token icons have been updated on CoinMarketCap and CoinGecko, Etherscan. I think DexTools pulls from one of those APIs. They don't have their own, so they'll pull from one of those. That'll get updated soon, so everything will be on the new branding there. And then we're still in talks with CoinMarketCap again to get our circulating supply verified on there so we show appropriately as market cap and everything. But still working all that. As we get updates to that, I'll just drop it in Discord, Telegram, and we'll post about it on X and everything when needed. But nothing major there. So as we get updates, I'll just drop it in the chats and let you guys know. But with that, I will hand it over to TJ, probably here on my screen, to discuss what he's brought on for you guys.
Yeah, guys. Thanks for that, Ryan. Very excited to be presenting this today. It's the next step for us as a company and our technology in general. So as you guys know, Reactor Mark 1 has been a great success. The users have been growing, the community has grown much larger, and there's just a lot more people talking about Arc. We're generating hundreds of thousands of impressions every month. But along with this, we also have some great partner and business interest in it as well, which is why we went down this path. So yeah, I just want to present KeyGuard. It's the next step. It's part of Mark 2, and it's a huge advancement for us. So one of the big problems that exists in AI right now is that data isn't truly private unless you own the GPU. So you have to have the model that's custom trained on your data. It has to be on your GPU, or you have to use some very technical encryption solution. Otherwise, the data is not private, and people can access it. So an example would be OpenAI. Like, let's say you're a finance company, you want to work with OpenAI, you want to use their APIs. Well, you're going to have to trust them not to just access your data. You're going to have to trust them not to access your users' data. So that's not really an option. You can't really use an API. So then your second option is getting your own GPUs, training your own model, which is very expensive. It's very the energy cost is very high, and just the dollar and the time cost is very high. It takes a long time to train a model. It takes a long time to set a data center up. So we thought, how can we go about fixing this? Which is when we created KeyGuard. It upgrades the current encryption in AI to a whole new level. It implements what was just before a concept, a mythical creature, homomorphic encryption, to make the whole system more efficient. So no longer is a company going to have to set up their own data center. They're going to have to set up their own GPUs, train their own model. Using KeyGuard, they can just plug into our system and they can encrypt their AI models. They can encrypt their questions and their answers, and they're only decrypted on the client side. So an example would be current encryption standards. You have these squares right here. Let's pretend these squares are your data. So my squares are the blue ones. I got 3 blue squares. Ryan has 2 red squares.
Oh, no, I feel like I'm missing some. You should have put 4 in there.
We can switch them around, but we have these squares. This is our data, and you can clearly see what it is, and so can the company that you're working with. So that example earlier, if you're working with OpenAI, they can see that data. It's not truly private. Or you're working with a cloud provider. They can see that data. It's not truly private. But with KeyGuard, all of a sudden this data is encrypted and no one can understand it except for the people who hold the keys. And this is a great solution because no longer will companies and individuals just have to trust that their data is safe and that companies aren't going to use it nefariously. It's a trustless mechanism. So it's taking something that's very important, multi-billion-dollar market, and it's creating a trustless mechanism out of it. And I sort of like to think about it like how Satoshi originally thought about Bitcoin. He created the trustless peer-to-peer network, and we're creating a trustless peer-to-peer network for AI. So with that, Henry, if you'd like to present and just show people a demo, And yeah, this is the technical demo of KeyGuard, guys.
Well, I'll try my best to run that. So let's get my screen. Okay, so the way the KeyGuard works is by identifying your ERC20 wallet. So by default, you the login here in the presentation is defined by the wallet address. So right now, I'm going to create a new model and name it this today, 24 October EMA, and model provider default, and the path I want to open a Hugging Face, and I will just copy paste this path here. Yeah, it's here, and then I make sure that I'm using my ARC0. It's my account.
Oh man, let me get some of that ETH.
Not really, ETH, guys.
Like this. Cool. So it's mythology.
Disclaimer, not really ETH.
Henry told us don't be jealous.
Well, it doesn't matter because Henry's fake anyway, so the ETH is fake.
Yeah.
Don't make me spit my water on the screen.
Model created, and yeah, we can see from the log from the server, it's loading the model and secret key created here right now. Now, what I'm trying to do is that I have another user, and then why not I switch to that user? Let's say ARC1. Okay. And then, oh no, ARC1 is this one. So what I'm trying to do is I will give access to ARC1.
And what he's doing is he's demonstrating the peer-to-peer aspect of this.
Can be shared through blockchain.
I believe access was supposed to be for lazy koala.eth. I think you mistyped that.
So it's there, access granted. Consider response data from the log as well. That C8 is already included on this early success as it is being shown here. And now, right now I'm C8, and I can type anything here. And by the way, the Hugging Face has this inference API, so why not asking like, what is the meaning of life, for example?
42. I believe the answer is 42.
We'll make sure that the answer is the same, right?
And the cool thing about this, guys, is any model that's on Hugging Face can be encrypted through this network. So our model as well as any other models.
So we got the answer. So what is interesting here is that here's the process that we need to understand. How's the KeyGuard HE works? So here we see exactly that this is from the client. The client give an input, which it doesn't know what we type. And then the libraries of this is the algorithm of the encryption, the CKKS, which we are using right now. And then the input is encrypted, and then it's going to be decrypted after that. we see all these metrics here, and then the server will share all the result here. On the edge, over the edge, later on, client will decrypt the output, and then only by then the user can see the real text here.
Yeah.
So that's from the log side. And then if we check this account, I think select the user here.
Yeah, and you can see it encrypted on chain here.
Right. Put my RPC URL, and when I open this,
Broad average scientist.
it's a go. So yeah.
Henry plus 50 pounds.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Work. So essentially, in short, this is how we can prove that the KeyGuard HE is working. So yeah, I think that's it.
Thanks, Henry. You took it right.
Thank you.
Take it away. Yeah, guys, and this is an enormous deal. Just to kind of simplify it down into more simple terms, just as Bitcoin sought to create the peer-to-peer network to take out the financial intermediaries like banks, this is the intelligence network to take out the intelligence intermediaries like data centers. So it's a huge narrative. It's a big step forwards. I mean, with Mark II, I was just expecting a better model. And then, of course, Henry over-delivered. And what we have is the encryption layer for AI, or the intelligence layer for the internet. We're still trying to define it just because of the implications this could have. But it's huge. It's huge. So yeah, I'll share the document again, but thanks, Henry. And yeah, great demo.
Yeah, I should point out that most companies are afraid to live demo anything AI related because last time Google tried it, they couldn't even get it to work.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, Henry just did it right there in a couple minutes. No issues. Like I said, I mean,
he had 4 minutes of prep time too. Called him in last minute.
Pretty much. Great. So yeah, guys, and just kind of talk about the advantages a little bit more. I brought up Bitcoin and its original mission and how this is like that for artificial intelligence. But a great example is a product in the market called CoreWeave. The market's huge for it. It's expected to exceed 10 billion by 2026. We offer over a 90% reduction in costs. And like I said, it's a huge market. And as more people start to use AI, they're going to start caring more and more about encryption, about their data being private, about not having to just trust that people aren't using their data. So KeyGuard is perfectly positioned for this next cycle.
Yeah, there's a huge differential here too. So, if I'm going on there and just asking AI to create some stories for my toddler for bedtime, right? Write me a bedtime story for a 3-year-old who likes dragons and knights, right? I don't really particularly care if that's encrypted, but when you come to business and say, Google is trying to work with Meta and develop an AI together, right? So they need to cross-train. They need to get all this advertising data from Meta over to Google and vice versa. You can't just dump that onto AWS. You can't put your company's proprietary information on Amazon Web Server and expect it to stay secure, right? Or Microsoft Azure or any of these servers, right? And while you may think, yeah, they're secure, do you really trust it 100%? right? You're giving a third party access to your stuff. Whether they're supposed to access it or not is irrelevant. You're adding a point of failure, right?
Yeah.
So when it comes to OPSEC, you need to operational security. When it comes to OPSEC, you want to reduce as many touch points as possible, right? Because the one thing that's going to fail usually is the human element. So if you're giving your information, any major company or anybody working on cutting edge tech, even small startups and unicorns working cutting edge tech, you have this information that if it gets out could destroy you, right? And while that server may be secure, right, because they say it's secure, somebody has to maintain that server. Someone has access to it, right? So the point we're trying to bring into here is it doesn't matter if another human has access there. They still can't access your data unless you explicitly say that wallet can access my data. This person right here. So you're eliminating the potential of intercepts in the middle there, similar to how China hacked our SIPRNet way back when. You eliminate the middleman, right? So I'm pretty sure like Reuters wrote a huge article about it way back when. It was pretty crazy, but yeah, by eliminating that and making it encrypted to where only the people you grant access to, you remove all those potential points of failure in the middle. So the applications between, like sensitive healthcare information, Department of Defense information, trade secrets from corporations and startups and everything else, and then just people who want their information to be secure on like the retail end and don't want, anybody else to be able to intercept what they're talking to their AI about, right? So the amount of applications is near limitless right now, especially with just privacy being such an important thing right now. It's at the forefront of everything, as TJ's touched on as well. So it's pretty significant, and we're all pretty excited to be able to release this soon. So that's all. I just wanted to put my input in there.
No, absolutely. I'm very excited for this, and I mean everything you touched on, plus regulations as well. If you want to comply with HIPAA, if you want to comply with the GDPR regulations, like if you're a European company, or even if you're a company anywhere else and you have European users, this is the perfect solution for that. And also, I just encourage anyone to. After watching this, if they want to rewind and see how fast the encryption and decryption process was compared to asking the question direct from Hugging Face, just compare those two and ask yourself if our very complex process adds any latency to that. But yeah, so kind of bridging over now to feedback from our community and partners. We have several people who left comments, or several partners of ours who've left comments on Reactor Mark 1. We have Athena talking about our APIs. We have Valeris Games, Open GPU Network. These people are all very excited about what we're providing them with Reactor. And yeah, feel free to kind of zoom into these as once you listen to the recording, just to see what they said. But they're all gaining benefits from using the Reactor, and very excited with our traction on the B2B side, getting over 30 partners in the past few months. If you look at our growth prior to this phase, we had very few partners, and yeah, they're big partners, but there's few of them, and now we've just accelerated.
I believe they call that parabolic growth, TJ. You got to drop a parabola every AMA, or you're not doing it right.
Yeah, well, we are about to come to some parabolic growth actually at the bottom here. But one of the questions I want to touch on is what happens when the farms end. It's very simple. Stark is going to be launched. Earn with Arc is going to be launched. And the farms will continue for a brief period, so people can migrate their tokens on over.
Should point out that even if they miss the migration window, the contract is still live on chain, and at any point a decade from now, someone can still go and withdraw tokens from the farm. You don't actually lose them because it stops paying out. Just so everybody's clear. You
Yeah.
can come back in a decade and withdraw them if you'd like.
Well, and so before we get down here, I know a lot of you guys have been upset about the macro environment, all of the uncertainty.
I was promised October.
Downtober. But we're still holding fast to our hope. We're still holding fast to our developments. And we've still been making progress. And just want to show you some numbers. So last year, you could see our traction. I actually took this morning. 61K active users, 114K new users, 206,000 sessions, 6 minutes session durations. And you could see, everything kind of spiked towards the other half of the year. This is our growth last year. And this is, pretty good for a small company project, just bootstrapping and building some unique technology. And we haven't stopped. So even though it might seem like we're in limbo right now, our numbers have been picking up. Our engagement has been picking up across the board. So let me just kind of pull up our numbers from this year. So you can see there's a drastic difference. We went from these numbers, 61K active users to 437,000 this year, 114,000 new users to 533,000 this year. Our sessions have tripled. Our session duration, people are using stuff longer, has gone up. And even with this stage right now where people are uncertain, we're still getting tons of active users every single day. So just hope this would encourage you guys. We're still growing. And I really believe that when Earn with Arc comes out and some of the other advancements, we're going to see some major adoption. And I'm excited for it. We've all been working so hard this entire time because we believe in what we're working on. And we're not just out here trying to time the market like other projects. We're not promising all this utility and not delivering like other projects. We're not promising all these products, not delivering these products like other projects. So I know you guys give us a hard time sometimes, and a lot of the time some of you guys can blame us, but we're truly working hard and we have numbers to show that it's working. So just keep believing in us.
Yeah, from here on out, if you want to, be angry at somebody, I heard Jameson is around. Oh, poor Jameson. Oh man.
I'm surprised you got this in the 30 minutes.
Nah, I know. It's you didn't want to drag this out for 2 hours, did you? Did you have anything else, CJ? Or I think Rabo might have some.
Bravo.
We'd like to share a video that we will post, a teaser that we will post after the AMA. So feel free to get as much info from it. So here it goes. So that's it. So we're going to migrate to a chain. So stay tuned for the updates. We will provide more info.
I hear Kraken will love that update. I don't know. So I think with that, for those, in Discord, there's a few. I'll drop the video separately for you guys. It's, we don't have it shared in the little meet thing here, but I actually think that covers the majority of the questions. Weirdly enough, DJ, we've covered the Earn with Arc and the Stark. I covered earlier why the market cap issue with CoinMarketCap. We're working with them again to try to get them to finally verify it on there, so it puts us where we're supposed to be. Mark II, we talked about. Talked about that. You talked about the farms ending, the protocol update coming. The only other thing I guess they really want to know, TJ, is when you're going to shave that mustache.
Well, it's whenever my wife lets me, so she won't let me. So you guys are gonna have to with her, all right?
Someone said,
Yeah.
someone left a message. Hello, Grasshopper Ryan, Ethan TJ mustache, and the other
Oh
gentleman.
yeah.
Reading those are
Hello.
it's so strange. What is it dog that comes up with those? Dog with like 8G?
I don't know. I'm a grasshopper looking Vin Diesel apparently. So yeah. I've had AI generate some. Maybe I'll make that my PFP here in a second. I think probably one last question that probably didn't really get answered earlier is, has it always been ARC's plan to position itself for the anticipated bull run in the cycle, or has the focus simply been on product development without aiming to time the market? I think as TJ kind of touched on before, we just build. We may slip stuff a week or two, maybe if there's, something popping off somewhere or anything. But for the most part, we are going to just release when stuff is ready and tested. And we're happy with the stage it's in to release. So, and Cadell, you heard that right. Not necessarily full migrating, but cross-chain. So
Yeah.
for both.
Well, maybe we could add some language around the cross chain. I don't want you guys to think it's a full migration at all. We're simply adding another chain to make things more accessible for future ARC holders, and also target a great ecosystem for grants and partnerships with
large
partners.
Yeah, it's the largest TVL layer 2 out right now. They just passed Arbitrum, so it's good. Good time for it. There's a lot of hype around it. It's a good chain. It's got a lot of good backing, a lot of good projects already on there that we're working with. So it just makes sense to do it. So unless Robbo, you got another question over off of X or anything, I think that pretty much hit them all.
Yeah, that's it. Those are it's the only comments that are the stream.
It's time to get another espresso. Do you have anything else, TJ or Henry, before we
Henry?
head out?
Yeah, I think that's all. I mean, what else can I add?
Henry, yeah, Henry's just working. He's just working constantly. Well, we do appreciate you coming out, Henry. Again, I know it's been a while, and everyone does love hearing from you, and TJ as well. Really appreciate it. As I mentioned earlier, maybe on the next one or two from now, we'll get some of the marketing over, and we can have a bit of a more in-depth discussion there with partners and how the talks are going with those and progress with the APIs and everything else we're doing with them. So look forward to that in the future as well. With that, I want to thank everybody for coming out for the State of the Arc 24th October. After this, the recording will be live on X and our YouTube. In case you missed a portion of this and are just tuning in now, feel free to watch it on either one of those. If you have any questions between now and the next one, or anything you want answered live, feel free to drop it in our AMA questions channel within our Discord. It's always open to type stuff in. If you have a question you'd like answered ahead of time, you didn't get a chance to get it into us for this call, feel free to drop it in our Discord or Telegram. All the team is on both of those pretty much every hour of the day, so we're willing to answer anything we see come up in there.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes up. I want to thank everybody again for tuning in, and we will catch you guys in 2 weeks. We'll see you in our socials.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Great. Is it off now?